What's up? I want to talk with you about Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock, who is on the cover of the August 2013 issue of Essence magazine. And, I think you know what I am going to talk about. But nevertheless, um, I thought, like, when I heard about it, I was taken a bit off guard by it. I didn't expect him to be on the cover of Essence magazine, and the reason that I didn't expect that was because I didn't think that like he wanted to make a statement that says I'm associated or heavily associated um, as black, or like not necessarily that, but it may be viewed as okay, this is me saying that I am black. And I didn't think that he would want to make a statement like that because part of his image is being ambiguous and being able to play multiple roles. And if people see him as one specific race, that may interfere with the type of roles that he gets as an actor. Um, you know, like when The Rock first came on the scene, I remember seeing him and I was like, okay, that's just a Caucasian person. You know, no harm, no foul. It's like he's just a Caucasian person. I didn't really see him as in like a person of color. And by the way, it really doesn't matter. But nevertheless, I do want to kind of create a forum and kind of get out my take on the situation. All right, so The Rock is on the cover of the August issue of Essence magazine, and in the magazine, he kind of talks about, you know, what he likes about black women or whatever. And I was reading some of the comments on Essence.com, and I knew before I read the comments that there were going to be some negative comments, and I was right. There were some negative comments, and I think a lot of black women were sort of offended that he was on the cover, or at least some black women were offended that he was on the cover because they don't think that he really embraces being black, as well as some other people, like other like black men also probably say that he doesn't embrace being black. But I mean, he probably it's a good chance that he probably didn't really have much of a black influence on his life growing up because his mother raised him, from what I've heard, and his father wasn't really a part of his life that much. So it's kind of tough to have um, like a black influence when there's no black people in your life. Um, However, the women who were criticizing him because he hasn't publicly dated a black woman, and they feel that he should not be on the magazine. And then there were some people who were defending the decision, saying that Essence isn't a dating magazine, um, and some people were saying like, if we're going to have Dwayne The Rock Johnson on the cover, then why not put like Robin Thicke on the cover, or Robert De Niro, or David Bowie, or George Lucas, or white men who have dated black women publicly, and married a black women and proud of it. And I guess black women are sort of offended, and I think this speaks to a larger issue that when it comes to black women and them receiving sort of what's the word, like sort of maybe like gratification from other people who say, okay, you're beautiful, and I you look beautiful. And I think that is an issue because a lot of times other women of other ethnic backgrounds are kind of like exalted more than black women. I think sometimes black women get ignored when it comes to beauty, And unfortunately, beauty can sometimes be racist, at least the way people view beauty, where, I kind of call it like the racism of beauty, or maybe the beauty of racism. I think the racism of beauty probably applies better. But where it's like, okay, we want people like, people like women with long hair, blonde long hair and blue eyes and a thin nose and like thin lips and really light skin. Like, it's just, it seems like what people view as beautiful, sometimes it doesn't seem that people view the features that black women have as beautiful. And if they do, it's oftentimes like, you know, it's a beautiful feature, but it would look better on this type of a woman. Kind of like, for example, like Kim Kardashian, like her features, like if she was black, she wouldn't get as much attention as she would, um, as far as like when it comes to her features. And I think that ultimately that's a really big issue that needs to be addressed. And I don't think it's on its way to being addressed, as well. I think that, you know, when Hollywood thinks of a black woman, they're going to think of a black woman like Beyonce or Vanessa Williams or something along a woman along that lines. But ultimately, I think I've gotten off subject, and I apologize for that. Back to subject. I was surprised to see The Rock on the cover of Essence magazine because it seems like he's saying that he's black, and I don't think that he would say that he's black. I don't have any qualms against him, any negative feelings towards him in regards to how he racially identifies himself. He's free to do as he pleases, because at the end of the day, we really don't know what all goes into the way people view themselves and identify themselves. However, I think that sometimes there may be a bit of animosity, when it comes to him in the black community, because you're like, okay, you want all the benefits of being black, but you don't want it, like you don't really want to take all that comes with being black, and for them it probably doesn't seem fair. Like for many black people, it doesn't seem fair. So, sorry to ramble. That's my take on the situation. Give me your take. Leave your comments in the comment section. And thanks a lot for watching this video.